Hi everyone, it's Maz here again. Today we want to show you how you can use the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. Okay, we'd like to show you how you can use the quadratic formula, right? Otherwise known as general or almighty formula to solve a quadratic equation. Okay. Now, given the equation on the board, it said if x squared minus x is equal to 12, equal to 0, find x using the quadratic formula. Okay? Mind this, right? The quadratic formula. Okay? If x squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0, find x using the quadratic formula. Right? So that's the question. Let's show us how we can do that quickly. Okay? If we write this here to manage our space, right? X squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. I'll write it there, right? Right. And remember, it says we should use quadratic formula, right? Quadratic formula. Right. So, by quadratic formula, we know that quadratic formula is given by x is equal to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all squared all over what? 2a. Right. That's the quadratic formula. Okay. That is your quadratic formula. So when you have that, I want to show you how you'll be able to apply that to solve this. Remember, there are so many ways, there are 4 different ways you can solve a quadratic equation, right? But the equation says we should solve this using the general formula. Okay. And now that's the general formula. Now, what you have to know here, which is a minus b plus or minus square root of b squared by 4ac all over what? 2a. Remember, as I always say to you, this is your a, this is your b, and this is your what? C. Okay? Now, when you see b, you know that whatever I say, you use the value, the coefficient of whatever you, excuse me, the coefficient of whatever you have here as your b. Whenever you see b, right? You know that whenever you see a, then you should be the coefficient of x squared. Okay? When you see c, oh, this is 4ac, sorry, like that. So whenever you see c, that's minus 12. Okay? So let's use this and see how we can solve that. Now, we know that let's itemize them first. Our a here, remember, have a from this equation, remember it is 1. Okay? Coefficient of x squared here is 1. So a is equal to 1, right? And b is what? Minus 1, right? Our b there is minus 1. Come on. So our b here is minus 1, and our c is equal to minus 12. Okay? Now, if you apply it to this formula, right? So x is equal to minus b. Remember, this b already had minus, and there's minus, so you have minus, right? Minus into minus 1. Okay? So which means minus 1, minus times minus 1. The coefficient of this word 1 plus or minus b squared. Our b is what? Minus 1. So minus 1 squared, right? Minus 4 multiplied by our a is what? 1. Multiplied by our c is minus 12. Always be careful with those minus and plus, okay? Those minuses and pluses and all that. When you're doing this, always be very careful, because if c is minus 12 and you use plus, definitely to affect this, and you give you a spurious answer, a wrong answer, okay? Right. All over what? Everything should be all over 2 times a, what? 1. Okay? How do you proceed from there? This is equal to minus times minus is what? 1 plus or minus square root, right? Minus 1 squared is 1, right? 4 times 1 is 4 times 12, right? 4 times 12 is what? 1, 2 times 4. 4 times that, which is what? 8, which is 48. Okay? Which is what? 48. Right? But then minus times minus is plus. So which means 1 plus 4 times 1, 4 times that is what? 48. Okay? That's 48 there. All over what? 2 times 1. Okay? It's 2 times 1. Right. So what do you do from there? Okay? Now, I said minus, because this is minus, 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 which is that, right? Plus or minus, minus 1, b squared is minus 1 squared, right? Then minus 4 times 1, right? Times what? 1, this one is what? The coefficient of, this is a, 4a, which is 8, 1, times c, which is minus 12. Okay? So 4 times 1, 4 times 12 is 48. Okay? Which is equal to what? There. So plus, minus, that's minus this, that's what? Plus. That's why I have plus there. So 4 times 1 is 4 times this is 48 there. Okay? So this is what you have, which will be the same thing as, 1 plus or minus square root of what? 1 plus 48 is what? 49, right? This is 49 all over what? 2 times 1, 2. Okay? Which is the same thing as, okay, 1 plus or minus, right? 49, what is the square root of 49? Square root of 49 is what? 7, because 7 times 7 is 49, isn't it? So 7 all over what? 2. So in this case, remember you have two answers. Therefore, x is equal to, because you have plus or minus, x is either 1 plus 7 over 2 or 1 minus 7 over 2. Because remember, I said plus or minus, which is the same thing as 1 plus what? 1 plus 7 is 8 divided by 2 is what? It's actually 8 over 2, or 1 minus 7 is what? Minus 6 over 2, which will give us the answer that x, the root of x here is either 4 or minus 3. Okay? That is how you apply the general formula and solving a quadratic equation. Okay? That is how you apply that. I'm sure that if you use your completed square, right, or use your factorization method, you will arrive at the same answer. Like I said, always be careful. First thing you do, write out the formula, right, the general formula, and then list out the values of A, B, C. And like I said, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay? So your A here is 1, minus 1. And when you're multiplying out, always be careful with those minus, so that, because if, for instance, you have minus and you put plus, definitely it will affect your answer. Okay? And that is how you do it. It's Mazi AC again. Please always remember to follow us on YouTube at Mazi AC Math Basics, and on TikTok at mazi.o. Have a wonderful day and God bless you all. Thank you.